Alright, so our learning target says that we will be able to solve quadratic equations by graphing a quadratic equation is an equation that can be written in the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a does not equal 0. Alright, so now we're going to practice solving quadratic equations by graphing. So the steps are to write the related function, graph it, and then find the zeros. So here, since this one has two x-intercepts, it has 2 zeros. And those zeros are our solution to the quadratic equation. This one has 1 0, and this one has no zeros. Alright, so we're going to solve this one by graphing. So we're going to write our related function, so that is 2x squared minus 2 equals y. Now we're going to graph, so we're going to find our axis of symmetry. So x equals negative b over 2a. Our b is 0, so it's going to be 0 over 2 times 2. Which is 0. So I'm going to put that axis of symmetry down. So we're going to graph first. Okay, and then we're going to find our vertex. So we're going to plug 0 back in, so 2 times 0 squared minus 2. 0 squared is 0 times 2 is 0. So 0 minus 2 is negative 2, so our vertex is 0, negative 2. So I'm going to plot that. So over 0, down 2. And now we're going to find our zeros. So I'm going to try plugging in 1 first. So we'll do 2 times 1 squared minus 2. So 1 squared is 1 times 2 is 2, so 2 minus 2 equals 0. So 1, 0 is our next point. And then I'm going to pick another point. We'll say 2 this time. So put 2 in for x. So 2 squared is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 2, so 4 minus 2, oh, I'm sorry, 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8, minus 2 is 6, so then that point is 2, 6, so we're going to graph that, so over 2, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then since this is our axis of symmetry in the middle, we can just reflect over that, like a mirror. And then we can draw our graph. Okay. So by looking at our graph, it appears that our zeros are 1 and negative 1. So let's check that just to make sure. So we're going to plug negative 1 into our equation and see if we get 0 back. So negative 1 squared is 1, 2 times 1 is 2, and minus 2 is 0, so that does work. And we'll check the other one, even though we did it earlier, just above. So 2 times 1 minus 2 is in fact 0. So yes, those are zeros, and that's the solution to our equation. So now let's try this one. So we're going to write our related function, x squared plus 5 equals 4x. And now we're going to rearrange. So we're going to move 4x on the other side, so subtract 4x. That cancels, so this will be left with x squared plus 5 minus 4x equals y. And we want to make sure it's in standard form. So x squared minus 4x plus 5 equals y. So that is our related function. And now we're going to graph it. So we're going to find our x, or our axis of symmetry. So negative b over 2a. So negative b would be negative 4 times 1. So negative 1 times negative 4 is positive 4 over 2, which is equal to 2. So this is where our axis of symmetry goes. Would be at 2. Alright, and now we're going to plug that back in to find our vertex. So 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 5. So 2 squared is 4 minus 8 plus 5. So 4 minus 8 is negative 4 plus 5 is 1. So our vertex is 2, 1. So over 2 up 1. And now we're going to start finding other points. So let's try 1. So let's put a 1 into our equation. So 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 5. So 1 squared is 1 minus 4 is negative 3 plus 5 is 2. So that equals 2. So 1, 2 is our next point. So over 1 up 2. And I'm going to try, let's do 0. So 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 5. So 0 squared is 0. Minus 0 is 0 plus 5 equals 5. So 0, 5 is our next point. So over 0, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can mirror that since this is our axis of symmetry. So to me it looks like that this does not have any zeros. So no zeros. So that would be our final answer. To check that, you could graph it on a graphing calculator. We could graph that in Desmos just to make sure. And we can check some different numbers there. But since it's always growing, it's not going to have any zeros since it doesn't touch the x-axis there either.